Recovery is faster, healing is better, and there is less scarring, so among them, the best option is undoubtedly anti-aging surgery. Because stem cells themselves have anti-aging effects, those benefits can be maximized even further. Hello, I am Dr. Kyusang Cho from AB Plastic Surgery Clinic. Today, I'm going to explain stem cell procedures, which many people are curious about. If you are concerned about skin regeneration, elasticity, wrinkles, or scar improvement, watching this video until the end will be helpful for you. These are cells in our body that have the potential ability to differentiate into any type of cell. Not all the cells in our body are stem cells, only a very small number are hidden in specific locations. When we perform stem cell procedures, we extract those stem cells, process them, and then use them in the treatment. There are mainly three types: embryonic stem cells, induced pluripotent stem cells, and adult stem cells. However, embryonic stem cells and induced pluripotent stem cells are not commonly used for various reasons. When we talk about using stem cells in procedures, we are referring to adult stem cell treatments. There are also many different types of adult stem cells, but the two most commonly used are mesenchymal stem cells and hematopoietic stem cells. Depending on the intended purpose or desired effect, these cells are collected from blood, bone marrow, or fat tissue. Many people wonder about the methods of stem cell injections, but in fact, there are no strictly set rules. If the goal is to improve skin elasticity or reduce wrinkles, for example, then the stem cells are processed and injected directly into the targeted area in the form of a skin booster. If your purpose for receiving stem cell treatment is to boost immunity, promote tissue regeneration, improve overall condition and vitality, or for anti-aging and systemic effects, then it is also possible to inject the stem cells into the bloodstream. The advantage of injecting into the bloodstream is that, for example, if you are concerned about your skin, you can inject directly into the skin, but it's not easy to inject into the inner parts of our body. Since blood circulates throughout the entire body, injecting stem cells into the blood vessels can provide systemic effects, which can be an advantage. This can be recommended to most patients, but for those who want anti-aging effects, are concerned about tissue regeneration or elasticity, and clearly want results but feel that surgery or other procedures are too burdensome. Or for patients who are concerned about swelling or similar issues, stem cell procedures are effective because they can be done with minimal swelling and without significantly affecting daily life. If wounds or scars are so severe that they interfere with daily activities, then stem cells definitely have an effect. In addition, for those who are experiencing a general decline in condition lately, want anti-aging effects, or suffer from severe joint pain, injecting stem cells directly into the bloodstream is also highly effective. There are only a few cases where I do not recommend the procedure. For example, if you had cancer in the past, that's not a problem. But if it is determined that you currently have a tumor in your body, then I do not recommend it. This is because while stem cells promote tissue regeneration, they can also stimulate cancer cells, making it difficult to control their growth. So I do not particularly recommend it. Also, in the case of patients with acute inflammation, if your condition is severely compromised, for example, if you have a bad cold, when stem cells are harvested while your body is in poor condition, there is a risk that bacteria could be present. Therefore, in such cases, I recommend undergoing the procedure only after the acute inflammation has completely subsided. In addition, if you are taking anticoagulant medications or have a bleeding disorder, there is a warning that you may experience more bruising or swelling during the harvesting process. However, if an experienced medical professional performs the procedure properly, such side effects can be avoided, so there is no need to worry too much. In fact, it is extremely helpful in most surgeries. Whether it's for the eyes, nose, or anti-aging procedures, it is excellent for tissue regeneration, so recovery is faster, healing is better, and there is less scarring after any surgery. Among these, the most outstanding use is, of course, in anti-aging surgery. Because stem cells themselves have anti-aging effects, those benefits can be maximized even further. If combining anti-aging surgeries like lifting or facelift procedures feels a bit overwhelming, you can first undergo a simple thread lift or a treatment that stimulates collagen regeneration and then combine it with stem cell therapy. This way you can maximize the effects, so these treatments are also highly compatible with each other. As for the recommended number of sessions, honestly, the more you get, the better. However, since this is a procedure, if you repeat it too often, the effectiveness may actually decrease a bit. Usually I recommend having the procedure about 3 to 5 times, spaced 3 to 4 weeks apart. You might be wondering, do these stem cells really work? But if you listen to the reviews from people who have actually tried it, they say it is effective. It sounds unbelievable if you just hear about it. Because after all, you're taking something from your own body, processing it and putting it back in. So you might think it's a bit of a scam, like a snake oil salesman. But there is a theoretical basis for it. To put it simply, it's like this. If you eat salt directly, it's extremely salty. But if you put a spoonful of the same salt into soup, it tastes bland when you eat it that way. It's the same thing. Stem cells also exist in our bodies in a very diluted state under normal circumstances. But in that state, you can't really notice their effects. If you just draw blood and inject it as is, of course there won't be any effect. But what we do is process it. We concentrate it to a very high degree. When we extract and process stem cells to create a highly concentrated injection, it has excellent effects on things like tissue regeneration and scars, as I mentioned earlier. Today, we learned about stem cell procedures. Since it's a procedure you can undergo without much burden, I hope many of you will consider it. For stem cell procedures, having well-equipped processing facilities is essential to receive high-quality treatment.